Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual open house. Today I will be talking to you about earth science. A little bit about me. My name is Jessica Carlson. This is my 7th year teaching and my 3rd year at Campbell Middle School. The whole time I've been teaching, I have taught earth science, and I've also always been in 6th grade. I have taught one section of social studies, one section of reading, and a tiny portion of math. So I'm pretty well-rounded in what the students are learning in their 6th grade year. I have 2 degrees, both in middle grades education, specifically math and science, because those are my favorite subjects. We have a student teacher this year. She's a senior at Kennesaw State. She will be with us from August, so currently all the way through May, and we're really excited to have her, especially because the only subject area I'm not comfortable with is English Language Arts, and that is one of her concentrations as well as science. So between all 5 content areas, we've got your students covered. A little bit about the grading. This year, your students grade, the majority of it is going to be from things they do in class, so 80% is going to be classwork, homework, and quizzes. The other 20% are going to come from tests and projects. We don't know exactly how projects will be looking this year, but we plan to incorporate them. We also have an outline of the different units that we teach. We focus on 4 different sciences. So we talk about astronomy, meteorology, hydrology, and geology. This week we started curriculum. We started with density because density is a concept that is found throughout the year. So we find it to be helpful to start off our year with that so students can reference back to what they've learned in the first week as we go through the year. Digital learning looks a little different than it did in the spring. So these are just some of the things that I think a successful student would be doing at any time, but definitely during digital learning, they should be paying attention in class. They should be taking notes if they're asked, participating in activities, asking questions, and submitting assignments when they're due. As far as asking question goes, I feel like I'm a pretty approachable person. So I'm always here to answer questions, even if it's not necessarily related to science, because I have taught the other subject areas. Generally, I can answer other questions if the student is not comfortable going to their teacher. As far as school supplies go, we need an internet-enabled device, paper. It doesn't matter if it's loose leaf paper or a notebook, whatever works best for you and your student. Pencils and erasers, pens, whatever, as long as we have a writing utensil. I say something to write on and something to write with, so I'm not as structured with that. When we do come back to school, we are asking that students have 1 binder in order to put all of their stuff in it because they won't be getting lockers. For that reason, if you have a notebook, it would be best if it had the holes punched in it so you could clip it into your binder, but if not, as long as you can slide it in, that's fine with us. Missing and late work. So students and parents can check their respective platforms, Student View or Parent View, to see if the student has any missing work. And the way that you know that you have missing work in my classroom, I put the 0 in so they can see that they haven't turned it in. I also put a comment that says missing. We do take off points for work that is late. It's 5 points per day, so up to 25 points. So if you turn it in after 5 days, you're still only going to get 25 points taken off. Obviously, with the CTLS Learn and everyone trying to figure out this platform, we are going to be a lot more lenient as we try to navigate this new normal together. Students are responsible for submitting any missing work by the end of the grading period. So I try to give myself a little bit of time. So generally we have a short turnaround from the end of the grading period to when grades are due. So I ask students to turn it in a few days prior to the end of the grading period. because I have 150 students. And so if students are turning in work from the whole 4.5, 9 weeks, then it can get kind of tedious trying to grade them and enter in those grades. So, but I remind them constantly when the last day to turn in missing work is. I send out emails to you guys so everyone is on the same page. At the end of the grading period, if they haven't turned in that missing work, then that 0 is going to stand in the grade book. How can you find out what's happening? So you can access Parent View. This allows you to check grades, attendance, missing assignments. The great thing about Parent View is if you have the app, you can control the settings and you can set it to alert you for different criteria. So if you only accept certain grades or you don't find, lower grades to be acceptable in your household, you can have the setting in there where it alerts you if your student gets a lower grade. You can have it alert you if they're not in class. You can have it alert you if they get a 0 on assignment or it says that it's missing. So if you don't have Parent View, I would highly recommend contacting the front office and they'll set you up with that. The other way that you'll know what's going on in school is through CTLS Parent. So you'll get messages from the teachers like myself, from the school, and from the county. You can also directly message the teachers from that platform. We are kind of being guided into communicating that way. And the reason for that is it translates our messages into the chosen language. So it really is the easiest way to communicate with all parents. We will start tutoring next week. Every subject area has a specific day that they will be holding tutoring sessions. So sciences will be on Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30. During our tutoring sessions, we are going to be talking about any content that they're confused about, an assignment that they're confused about, just really any way that I can help them be successful in my classroom. And the way that they're going to access that is going to be through their class platform where they have all the different tiles for their classes. They'll have one for science tutoring, and all of this information will be sent out to you, and we'll be letting your students know exactly how this is going to work this week. Some important dates: we don't have school on September 7th because of Labor Day. We also don't have school September 28th through October 2nd for fall break. And then we have parent-teacher conferences October 19th through the 23rd. It says early dismissal on here. If we are still virtual, I don't know exactly how that will look, but I'm sure they will give us some kind of information at some point. If you have any questions, you can always email me or you can message me through CTLS and I will be happy to answer your questions. My email comes to my phone, so I'm pretty accessible. So I'm pretty good at getting back to you guys fairly quickly. If for some reason you don't hear back from me within 24 hours, just send me a reminder email like, hey, Ms. Carlson, didn't hear back from you, what's going on? Because there is a chance that I mentally thought I replied and I did not. But that doesn't happen very often. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out. And I hope that you have a great day.